Oh, we made it.
Whoa. Hello,
We,
and welcome to the most must-see/listen to podcast on the internet, Tim and Joel pod. Welcome to Tim and oh, oh. I
you were
goofed
so
up.
close.
I goofed it though. I've watched it so many times. You'd think I know it by now, but I did not.
Do you want a second pass at this?
Yeah, because I just hit record for my own audio, and for our podcast version, I'm gonna put it to the music.
All right. And go.
Welcome to the most must-watch/see podcast on the internet. Welcome to Tim and Joel pod. Yep. That was modestly better. Was it?
You're really trying here.
It's hard.
It really is.
So quiet. So quiet. Hello out there on the internet.
Hello, friends. We are here. We're on a new platform.
I'm on the road.
We got a new look.
We're back on the road.
Yeah, you're on the road. I'm on the road next week. I'm looking forward to that. And if you are on our road, do me a favor. Toss us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment if you're here on the YouTube, not just in the chat, on the video too, because it'll get us in that heavy duty happy algorithm. And toss a subscribe if you like what you're hearing. All right, do that thing. Plus, if you're in the channel, you're on the YouTube thing, there's a link to our Discord in the video description. Go check it out, would you? All right, we're here. Yes, we nailed it. Tim, I have watched more wrestling in the last probably 48 hours than I have in a while. I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a mixed bag. It was a mixed bag of shows. I just caught up with SmackDown. That's what I just watched this morning, and then I watched Rampage, but I didn't get to sink my teeth into Rampage as much as I wanted. But I had seen all of the highlights on Friday because it was, lots of pop. So.
It was a very good show. We'll talk about Rampage. We'll talk about Dynamite. Last night I watched TripleMania from AAA, and then I also watched New Japan's Resurgence show from LA. Whoa. I was asleep at 3 a.m. and I woke up at 11 a.m. I am very tired, but it was a good night. I mean, there was a lot of wrestling. By the end of the night, I was absolutely just gone, just tired, ready to pass out. And I slept. So what do we want to talk about? We're going to talk about, you want to talk about Rampage? You want to talk about Kenny first? Because we've been doing this thing for the last few weeks where we make a thumbnail.
Yeah, we advertise a thing, and then we neglect the ever-loving hell out of it.
I don't know what is wrong with me that I continuously forget that we have to talk about the things that we promote.
So no one's got a gun to our head. We can do whatever we want.
That's true.
We probably should, ethically speaking, we probably should.
No one's come at us yet. I mean, It's only a matter of time, I think.
Yeah, I'll cross the line at some point, All
right. Well, we're not going to cross the line right now. We're gonna do it. We're gonna give you what we planned on giving you, and that is
this is our 1 year anniversary. Should probably mention that.
No, we're 5 days from that.
What? Oh, you're right. I forgot we have this other weird show that we do now.
Yeah. All right. So Thursday is going to be our 1 year anniversary. Almost. It'll be the 19th that day. We're going to have to sort that out too, because I'm going to be on a flight. I will be just touching down I think I touched down and then I have to find the hotel. We'll figure it out. We'll do
pre-recorded pyro videos. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. We're going to have some stuff.
All the fanfare.
We have people actually in our mention saying that we should bring back the midnight show. I'm very scared.
No. Might be easier.
So well.
We'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna have a baby soon, so that might be easier, honestly.
That's true. It might be. It'll be Tim, Joel, and a baby. It'll be, oh my God, it'll be 2 men and a baby doing a podcast.
Oh, there goes my camera.
And there goes your camera.
Oh, and I'm back. All right, cool.
I should do a live stream from the MGM buffet. There you go. That'll be that'll be the thing. I'm supposed to hang out with Distraction Zone, Robert O'Neill. We're supposed to go and do some wonderful food gorging. There's a whole list of people. I had to beat up the Matt Men podcast. I have to go beat up Andrew Zarian and Rich and all them guys.
Listening to you people talk about what you're going to do, it sounds like a lot of you are going to get arrested in Vegas. That's what I hear.
Tim, you and I are friends on that Facebook thing. And I don't use my Facebook much. When I got my second shot, did I not post second shot attained? I'm ready to fight everybody.
It's true. You are. Yeah. Okay. Take on all comers, Joel Pearl.
I did not think people would take it as seriously as they did.
Yeah, well, you know what? If you antagonize people this long, Joel, like eventually it's going to blow up in your face. So you're just desserts.
Speaking of just desserts,
There's so much glare on my big dumb glasses.
it's fine. This is your 2 weeks of janky setup.
Yeah, I'm real. It's weird being on the road. I'm like super uncomfortable. Butt hurts.
Yeah.
So that I'm sorry if the butt hurt comes through in the discussion, but I'm a little butt hurt.
we started using a new platform, and immediately Tim was like, "I hate it here," I'm like, "What do you hate?" He's like, "Everything."
There's a lot of it, much of it.
we're par for the course. All right, let's whatever. We're going to talk about wrestling, right? That's what we're here for. Things that make you even more upset.
Yep. Sometimes, often, too many times, more often than not, honestly.
So let's flash back. We're going to go to Dynamite. Let's talk about the 6-man. Let's talk about Kenny and the Bucks taking on Dante Martin and the Seidels.
Okay, so yeah, this doesn't make me mad. This one makes me very happy because Dante Martin, incredible. I have a friend who's more of like a casual viewer. He messaged me and is like, "Who is this guy?" Like, because he had just seen clips. Dante Martin.
Got it.
Yeah. Like he really showed out for that match. Very, very good.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he shocked a lot of people because I think
we've known he's exactly. Like we already knew this when Top Flight debuted, but like
you said, he showed out, and that was awesome. That's something that was absolutely needed. He was on top of it, and out of that, he's going to get himself more opportunities to have singles matches. It sucks because he's in a tag team, but his tag team partner is injured, and he's still out. But they're giving him these opportunities to get these reps in. The Seidels are equally good to team with because they're high flyers, and also they're experienced as hell.
They have like a really strong setup in terms of like tag team moves. Like they have a lot to do as a duo. Like, so I don't know, maybe just keep them that way. Keep them the tag division. AEW is proud of theirs. Like they actually put matches on. So
yeah. And meanwhile, you've got the Bucks, the AEW tag champs. They're there.
They're doing the heel stuff. Still doing the basketball thing, which is funny.
It's always going to be a thing later, and that becomes a really hilarious moment later on. And then you got Kenny Omega. Kenny's in the match. Kenny, hits that BTEV trigger. What do you call it? Is it a BTEV? Is it a VBTE?
It's the BTE trigger. Oh no. That's what the two of them are. Yeah. No. Yeah.
They call it the VBTE trigger. Do you call it the BVTE?
Being very the elite.
Yeah.
What does the V stand? Oh, the V is just
the V stands for V trigger.
V. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
I mean, the motion isn't really a V. It's like half a V.
Well, yeah, that's true. But then he does the thing with the guns, and I don't get it either.
Yeah, it seems like a real JRPG type nonsense word.
Oh, it does. So we get that. We get the VRPG trigger, and that's the match. And then out comes Christian, and then he's like, "Hey, I'm challenging you it all out," and everyone's like, "To hell you are!"
It's like, no. Oh, ticket sales.
Everyone was down on that immediately. I get it.
I think it's fine.
Here's
the thing. I'm not going live, so I don't give a shit. Like, that's I think if they wanted to lay Hangman and Kenny, go for it. I didn't buy a ticket on the back of that.
It's very funny because now we're gonna have to sit here, and now the discourse, Tim, is going to become people saying, "Oh, it's got to happen at Arthur Ashe. Oh, it's got to happen at Full Gear. Oh, it's got to happen at the Dynamite in Cincinnati. Oh, it's going to happen at the one in Sheboygan." Either way, it's a very strange thing that they're doing with Kenny and Christian. But also I'm going to put it out there because I put it on the Twitter. Not everyone's taking paternity leave just because they have a kid.
What? Who's got a kid now? What?
So Heyman is expecting. His wife's expecting.
Good, cool. That's nice.
Tony made reference to that at Double or Nothing in the press scrum. Mm-hmm. It was great. Listen, I'm happy. It's great to hear. I love it. But they did the same with Mox. They did the same. Who they do that with recently? Who had a kid? Someone else had a kid recently. And it was either way, everyone was like, "Oh, he's going to take time off because they're having a kid." I'm like, not everyone does that. Oh, Cody was the other one. We're Brandy and Cody specifically said we have a nanny at home. We're good to go. We're not taking any time off.
Yeah, like they were very, very vocal about that leading up to it. Like none of this matters. I don't care. Like Hangman's not leaving because he's like, I don't think he's leaving at all. They've still been active with this story the entire time. They just chose to go a slightly different direction for this match and this arc, which is fine with me because again, I think it's better dragged out.
Right. By the way, thank you, Music and Moonsaults. Don't forget, audio, you're listening, 5 stars. Do the thing, do the review. We appreciate you. Get us in your ears. So Christian comes out and he's like, hey, I got a title shot at All Out. And Kenny's like, oh, that's stupid. And then the swerve of swerves is at Rampage, Kenny and Christian were going to go for it one more time, but for the Impact title. And at that point, everyone's like, oh, that's both interesting and strange because they don't do one, they don't run the match twice in a few weeks.
Yeah, and Impact hasn't been getting much of a rub on Dynamite, so. But
this was the same week where the tag titles were on the line. The
Impact tag titles, it was all right? it's all in 1 week, right? Like it all just came out of nowhere. Scott D'Amore was on, like it's great,
showed up on the show.
Like, it's good to see that they're reciprocating now, right? And go ahead with your point. There's something else I want to talk about with Christian and the Impact title.
It turned out to be the smartest move that they could do because Kenny and Christian, while it was being shot on by everyone, it turned out that everyone needed to see these two match up because on Rampage were the house down, and everyone was like,
"So good."
I take it back. That match was great. Now I'm looking forward to All Out. They did the right thing by having a show out match, and there's one side which is like, great, they have the chemistry, they're going to put on a great match. The other side of it is, how are they going to do it in a couple of weeks, and will it look different?
If that even happens, like this could be the catalyst of Kenny throwing a hissy fit and refusing to participate in it because he lost his one belt, right?
Okay, so now this is where it gets interesting. After Christian defeats Kenny at Rampage, right? He got the Impact title. Congratulations. We fast forward.
Beautiful unprettier onto a chair, by the way. That was a great finish.
Kenny sells it like death. I loved that.
So good. It was very, very well done.
Yes, both men, again, they show out, have a great match. They really silence quite a lot of critics. And so next thing we do is we run it forward. We go to Rampage. We saw the match. And then everyone's like, okay, there's no way that the match, this started last week. There's no way the match is going to be Kenny and Christian at All Out. There's no way. And then they started with, okay, Christian's going to lose the match and get beat up so bad that he can't do All Out. And then it's going to be Hangman's going to come in. And now I like that we're doing this. And now it's Christian won the Impact title. That's awesome. But now Kenny's either going to beat him up so bad that he wins that Impact title back and says no more match for you, or Kenny's going to be like, I want that Impact title on the line at All Out, along with the AEW title. I like that nobody knows shit.
Yeah. It just tells you that's excellent. You've done a tremendous job of booking this. Then when people can't predict what's going to happen, there's 5 different ways it could go. It's excellent. I think I saw Caleb, I think it was in our Discord. Sorry if I'm misattributing this, but like I think someone had mentioned just having Christian go in and flop the Impact title down on Scott D'Amore's desk and just being like, look what I did. I did what none of your boys could do. Here you go.
That was Dan. That was Dan.
Yeah.
That was on our Discord server, which, by the way, there's a link in the video. Go ahead and join us. It's true. And that is something that I would love to see. I'd love to see Christian just be all dickish about it.
Yeah, just on Impact. Hey, that sounds great.
Well, Impact tapes today, tomorrow, and Tuesday. So I had to remember what day it is.
Do it.
Meanwhile, we have the Jurassic Express come out on Dynamite, and they say, hey, Bucks, we're now the number 1 contenders. And I'm like, cool, that's the match at All Out. And they're like, no, we're going to do it next week.
They love putting a big stakes thing on Dynamite. They sure do.
I have a theory for this one. I think I've said it before. I haven't said it on the show because we haven't talked since Thursday or since Wednesday. Right. We do it on Wednesdays. So we'll have a regular show on Wednesday. What am I saying? Sorry. Those who are listening to us in audio are just
you're still in Tuesday mode.
I'm in Thursday mode because I went back and changed things on our socials that used to have Thursday.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh my God, we never updated that.
I've done a bunch of moving around. I'm now looking for an intern for the social channels. So there's a call. Anyway, Wednesday. So we haven't spoken since Wednesday. So the show in Houston next week for AEW, the Dynamite show. They're not sold out. They're not even at the time they weren't even 70% sold out the venue.
Ooh.
So they were like 69%. So we'll barely nice. But either way, they needed a way to kind of pump some ticket sales. And what they did was that they added the 2.0 versus Sting and Darby match. They added a bunch of other stuff that helps bolster ticket sales. And it's not a shot at AEW because everybody does it. Like if you want to get a crowd in the door, you got to sell a hot card. So they're going to do Bucks and Jurassic Express at Houston on Dynamite, and it's going to be good. It is going to be a really fun match. For those who haven't listened to Jungle Boy Jack on Renee Paquette's podcast, highly recommend it. You learn so much about the guy and about his family, and anything you've ever wondered. They talk about it, and really you get a good view into the mind of Jungle Boy. It's pretty cool. All right, Rampage, we got there, but at Rampage, the Bucks cost Kenny the title.
Yep.
How do you feel? You think the Bucks are the reason Kenny loses all the time? Is that where we're going?
A little elite breakup? Could be.
He's in that shit all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they've been doing this for a little over a year. Is that how long it's been? Man, I don't know. Time is nothing anymore.
It's a flat circle.
Yeah. So I feel like this group has been together for quite a while. Like some of them could stand to mix things up. I don't know. I'd be fine either way. Like I really do like how they're managing all of this stuff because I have no idea where anything's going. Like
it's true. So the Bucks had come out. They were the ones who gave Kenny the chair, right? Yeah. And then Kenny got it turned around on him, and he lost the Impact title with that unprettier on the chair. That very pretty unprettier.
Yeah.
So there might be a case for it because last night on Saturday night at TripleMania over in Mexico, Kenny Omega takes on Andrade. You don't know what happened though.
I don't. I have a guess though.
So first of all, they do a backstage segment, and Andrade is approached by Conan. Conan is the head booker for AAA, right?
Yeah.
So he's also on screen, and Conan's like, Andrade, let me bring you to the ring. I'll be your second, blah blah blah. And Andrade's like, no, I got a guy. It's fine. You'll know who he is. And then what does Conan do? He goes over to Kenny's locker room, which by the way is like next door, which is very very funny. He just turns around.
Walks out all one shot.
Yeah, he knocks on Kenny's door. Kenny's like, what the hell are you doing here? Get out of here. And Conan's like, no, hear me out. I got a business proposition. And he walks in. So Kenny ends up walking out with Conan in his corner. Andrade walks out with Ric Flair.
Oh.
With his soon-to-be father-in-law.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, okay.
You are
That's
here
fine.
just in time. So
I'm good as long as Ric Flair never gets in the ring again.
So Ric Flair gets in the ring during this match.
Damn it.
and so does Conan. This is towards the finish. Okay. And it's actually quite good. What they do is they do the chops. They actually do Rick and Andrade. They chop Kenny back and forth, which is cute.
That's funny.
And then this is while the referee is out, and then they put the figure 4 on him, and then Conan comes in, and they put the figure 4 on Conan. So they do the double figure 4 spot. It was very very fun. And then in the end, Kenny gets the one-winged angel 1 2 3. He retains the AAA Mega Campeon Championship.
So no Bucks present.
So now the Bucks theory is back in play because guess who wasn't there to save or cost Kenny the match? Were the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Ric Flair showing up in AAA was insane, and it was something else, unexpected. I think a lot of people were expecting it to be his buddy Roosh. They were expecting it to be, unfortunately, Alberto El Patron.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think so either. I think people were going there because A, they are buddies, and B, they just had the match in Texas a couple of weeks ago that drew like nobody in an arena. So there was that. So now moving forward, the question is, do we do Kenny and Christian again at All Out for the Impact title and the AEW title? Do you do like a winner take all? Is that what we're doing?
I don't know. I'm less enthused by that. I think that I don't know. Like, I have no idea how they're going to transition out of it, though, if they do move away from that. Like, that's the only reasonable way I can think of where the match happens and the stakes are raised, or they do some sort of stipulation, I guess. But I don't know. They don't do that too often. The match itself was really good, so I don't know how they elevate it even more. Like, I was really surprised by how entertaining it was. Like, it really started off first episode of Rampage with a bang. So,
yeah. Oh my God, Caleb in the chat reminding me. Did you know that Enzo and Jerry Lawler had a coffin match, by the way, this weekend?
what?
Yeah, Enzo. Remember Enzo Amore?
Yeah, I remember Enzo.
You remember Jerry Lawler?
Jerry the King Lawler?
Yeah, Jerry the King
Ancient
Lawler.
ass Jerry Lawler.
Who famously died at the announce table once upon a time during Raw in Montreal. Yeah, the same guy. They had a casket match at a show in I don't even remember where it was. I want to say North Carolina. Either way, I posted the thing. Basically, the match was Enzo gets knocked out by Brass Knucks holding Jerry Lawler and gets rolled into the coffin, and that's it.
Who else was on this card? This sounds like you could just make it Cancel Mania and it'd be a whole thing.
I feel like Cody was on this card.
Okay, he's not there yet.
Maybe Aldis was on the card. I can't remember. It was there were a bunch of people that I was just like, oh, okay, because WrestleTix was keeping track of the numbers on that show too, and I was oh, okay. And it sold pretty well. It was just that Enzo match. I love it.
That's funny.
This is the very last thing I ever want to see, by the way. I don't want to see Will Ospreay in an AEW ring. Ospreay showed up last night in LA at the Resurgence show. And the whole time I'm like, oh my God, please don't. And then he pulls out the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. He's like, oh, I'm still the champ.
Well,
and we're like, buddy, no, you're not. You forfeit. Don't do the CM Punk 2011 gimmick here. Don't do that. Yeah. And so it's going to be what? They're going to bring him. And now he's going to Strong. He's going to the LA Dojo to do Strong. And he's going to face, get this, TJP. So you know what? At least I know if I ever watch Strong, I don't have to watch Strong. Not into it. Either way. All right. Also on Rampage, let's talk about Fuego.
Yeah, he did his thing. He got his squash and he got his contract, I guess.
Yeah, now he's
the luchador from Mobile, Alabama, which I also thought was funny. I love that they called it out because it is so weird.
It's very funny though.
Yeah. It's
the match was great. This again, I tweeted about this too. Like, this is the best. AEW is really, really good at handling squash matches. Yeah, they don't do one-sided affairs. Instead, they have the guy who's getting squashed look good in defeat. And that's exactly what they did. Fuego he was on fire. Like, he had a great hot open, and we all knew what was going to happen. That wasn't in doubt.
Never in question yet.
But then they had, and even the near fall with the off the second tornado DDT, like, almost got everyone. And that's on Miro too, who was like 2.9, really good. I really enjoyed the match, more than anyone thought it would be. And then of course they go to break after they did the tearing up the contract. And then Sammy Guevara comes out with TK. And TK hugs him and kisses him like he's his own son and says, I love you, go do the thing. And he gives Fuego the contract.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
Supposedly it's a work. Sorry, supposedly it's a shoot. It's a shoot. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, what?
My bad. I missed.
That's so cruel.
Supposedly it's a shoot. Could you imagine? My feeling, and this is just because I'm me, was like, the reason why I thought maybe it was a work is because a week ago they announced him and like 3 others as part of the Nightmare family.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, if you're a Nightmare family, you're like 99% getting that all elite graphic. Kylan King was another one, and she was the woman that I kept saying should be
you kept
Brit's
saying
Heater.
Yeah, and which is not, it would have been the right call, but man.
I still think they made the right call. We'll talk about that in a second. Yeah. Anything more about Fuego for you that you liked, or Miro?
No, nothing was too surprising. It didn't go too long, which I appreciate as well. Like, and Miro keeps doing such a good job. Like,
yeah, exactly. Hey, crowd went nuts for the Tornado DDT. Every single one of them. On his contract, it says something like Master of the Tornado DDT. It's pretty funny. Someone zoomed in on the photo of him showing the contract. Britsburg. So Brett and Red Velvet have a very good match.
Yep.
I'm actually a big fan of the opportunities that they give Red Velvet because they clearly have an investment in her.
Yeah, and I mean, she's getting pretty good in ring. I think there's still a lot of work to be done on the mic, but overall, like, this was good. Happened the way it was supposed to happen. Like, the match was solid, and they give it enough time to breathe, which I also appreciate.
They did, and that was something. The hour flew by.
Yeah, it really did, and like, thank God it's an hour. It's a nice tight hour full of good stuff.
Yeah, and that's it. It is a tight hour. They get 3 matches in. There's a little bit of something here and there with backstagers or anything like that. They did the. We'll talk about the announcers in a second. We'll get there.
Yeah,
But, the match itself happens, and of course, Britt, she retains her title, and out comes Jamie Hayter after Chris Statlander. So basically, the beatdown was Britt wins. She keeps going after Red Velvet and goes to beat her again. And suddenly, she's a heel in her hometown, which to me, I was like, okay, you got to do it. I get it.
No, it has to be done. Like, there's still a TV audience. You can't. I don't know. You can't rely too much on Pittsburgh. Like now everyone in Pittsburgh's just the heel to me.
Yeah. So Statlander comes out. She tries to. They are heels. Statlander comes out. She tries to save Red Velvet, and then this woman in a hoodie and hat comes out and just pounces on Chris. Takes off her hat, takes off her hoodie, and everyone's just like, "Oh my God, it's Becky Lynch!" You're like, no, it's not Becky Lynch.
I actually thought it was Chris Statlander. Like, I was like, wait, what? She has a very similar face, and I was like, no, that doesn't make any sense.
Perception.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, wait a minute, how'd they do this? No, yeah, I was in and out for the last few minutes, and I was okay. No, I got to go back and rewatch this because I don't know what's going on.
So it's Jamie Hayter. Hayter, who a couple of months ago, people were saying was going to NXT UK because she is from the UK.
Yeah.
And with pandemic and everything, everyone was saying she had a tryout, blah, blah, blah. So I immediately, I was like, first of all, what's going on? Why is Hayter all elite? She's even got the graphics. So she's signed, which is great.
Good.
The last time, I like this little bit of storyline. At the 4th episode of Dynamite in 2019, Britt Baker defeated Jamie Hayter. The match was in Pittsburgh. Little shit like that. And it could very well be coincidental.
Yeah.
Or it could not. Regardless, again, this is the we don't know, and that's okay. But that's how it looked. Was Hayter is now the heater for Britt.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it too. It's a good, looks good. She needs someone. They set it up well with the Reba can't keep up stuff.
Well,
so
if Jamie Hayter debuted and Becky Lynch was trending instead of her. Whoops. Sorry, folks. Anyway. I'm being asked if Tony handing the contract to Sammy and saying, go give this to your best friend was a rib on Triple H because of the contract stuff. I don't think so.
No,
I really think TK was just like, let's go make a moment. I don't think everything's connected. I don't think everything's tongue in cheek. I think this is literally just them saying like, we're going to do it. We're going to have Fuego look absolutely, destroyed, upset, blah, blah, blah. And then we're going to lift the crowd. We're going to lift spirits. It was a moment. It was absolutely just a moment. I don't think it was like smashing the throne. Okay. I don't think it was that. I think it was just more TK was like, let's go. Elsewhere on Dynamite, or do you want to talk about the announcers on Rampage first?
Yeah, the announced team situation is not good. I need everyone to listen to me. I heard that and I was like, that poor audio guy. Like he knew he'd listened, he did his homework. He was like, all right, Jericho's got to be like 10 decibels louder than or quieter than everyone else because he's gonna scream 100% of the time. And it was so much.
I got yelled at for an hour too.
Like it was shut up, Jericho.
And I told you guys, I told y'all
we knew it was not gonna happen. Good, and it wasn't good. Like Mark Henry did fine. Excalibur's there trying his best to hold it down. Taz is doing what Taz does. Like he's very consistent in that. Like it's good. He's also got a little bit of the shout talk, which is where I think Jericho's getting it from. Like
the thing with Taz too, Taz has been doing this a long time. I think people forget about that. Yeah, right. Exactly. He was one of the lead announcers on SmackDown
for so long. Like
yeah. So for us to say, Taz was one of the best members of that commentary team, it's weird to say because he was at a room full of wrestlers. And you see stuff like on Botchamania, it's like the insipid Taz commentary, right? They do that every week. So I think people were surprised because it's Taz, but something to remember is that he has a lot of experience. So he knows when to lay out and he knows when to come back. I'm a big fan of that. So you know what? Good overall. I'm looking forward to when they don't do 4 in the booth.
Yeah, that's not sustainable. It's too much. There's too much going on. And I find it really off-putting. Like that, on a great show. Aside from that one like thing,
I just want I take out CJ and instead have the other three men at the announce booth, because what I really like is when Mark Henry is like, I gotta go. And he plays it up as like he's got to go do an interview. He's got, like, when Christian won the title, he's like, I gotta go backstage or go ringside and interview.
yeah.
I like that. Let's do that. Let's
It's
do
good.
more of that.
Yeah.
I don't know why Jericho was there. I mean, I know why. They wanted to get people to watch the show. I just don't need that.
But with that commentary, like, you need a calmer energy through the entire show to make the big moments feel big. Like, if everything that happens is being screamed about by Jericho, it really, like, you don't feel that ebb and flow, right? You need it to build. You can't just have maximum intensity 100% of the time.
So it felt like they told him to tone it down, but he still yelled at me for an hour. Elsewhere on the card, Dynamite, Wardlow and Chris Jericho. Labors of MJF, Labors of Jericho. Whew, good match.
Yeah, was good.
Fun.
Wardlow looked great. So many power bombs. Every time I like looked away and then looked back, Jericho was getting power bombed. Even in the picture-in-picture, he got power bombed. Like,
so I saw a tweet that was like, Chris Jericho lost his belt and Wardlow had to hoss him up for a power bomb. And nice. I'm like, where the hell was this? And I was so far, like, it was like a full 2 minutes after seeing this tweet that it had happened. So I'm scrubbing backwards and I'm like, that's a power bomb. That's also a power bomb. Wait, that's a power bomb too. It took me a while to figure out which one it was. And when Jericho lost his belt, and I'm just sitting there like, oh, what are we doing here? It was a lot of power bombs. They kept going to that spot for whatever reason, and then eventually, So Jericho gets the win with the Judas effect, as expected. He's won all of his matches
after using Floyd. You know, he did that thing that Triple H does with the sledgehammer that looks terrible, that everyone keeps being okay with.
Who handed him the bat?
It just keeps it under the stairs. He like gone over and slugged his way out of the ring and just was like, I brought up his bat.
But it was handed to him.
No, the last time we didn't see him, he was down, and then the camera comes back and he's holding it at the ring corner.
You can see it being given to him, but we don't know by whom. Obviously, like, we know by whom, but we don't know by whom.
Well, then he violated the rules, and the fifth match shouldn't happen.
Very strange. Very strange. So next week, the fifth labor is Jericho and MJF.
With his stipulation.
That's right. Jericho cannot do anything. I don't fucking remember.
Nothing Judas related. No Judas music. No Judas effect. The no Judas music was just so funny. They're like, you can't come out to these idiots singing this song. Like,
no Judas allowed.
There will be no Judasing of Dynamite next week.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. So they taped Dark and Dark Elevation at Rampage this past week, because instead they're going to have people pack into the arena so that they can do a sing-along rep for the first hour before Dynamite goes live.
Like, okay, because he's going to walk out and everyone's just going to sing it for him rather. Like, it's just the vehicle to. No. Anyway, whatever. I hope everyone's very drunk and it's very funny.
It's Texas. They'll be drunk and they'll be like, I'm coming. And that's it. I just beat my mic real good on that one. Yeah. Oh. You think they're going to have Sammy sing Judas? That'd be the biggest rib on Sammy.
No, Sammy's going to have his damn note cards so that he can cue the audience. You know, he's just going to be the karaoke guy.
Yeah. I think doesn't he have a match? Doesn't he have a Sean Spears match?
Sammy, I don't know.
Or maybe that was 2 weeks. Either way, Sammy's making an announcement 1 week and then facing Sean Spears another week. Either way. I love it. And then listen, let me level with you. They're doing MJF and CJ on Dynamite. Okay. Yeah, that's right. And then next thing you know, you've got Rampage coming up next Friday, the first dance in Chicago. We all know what's happening. Oh, Sammy's doing double duty. He's got
busy boy. So
there you go. I don't think he's going to be doing the cue cards. No. So Punk is potentially going to be the debut at Rampage. Okay, all but confirmed. Let's just say it. everyone's like, it's gonna be Punk and Darby, Punk and Darby. I don't think it's Punk and Darby.
No, not yet. I think they'll get there, and I think that'd be a good match.
I do too.
That feud, but I don't think it's going to start. Darby's way too over, as will be CM Punk. Like there's no room for that to happen. Like,
thank you. I'm 90% sure it's Punk and MJF.
Yeah, All Out. I think so too. Like,
and that match would close the show. They believe in MJF. It's clear it's CM Punk's first match back in 7 years or whatever it is. The Christian and Kenny match would be big, but it doesn't need to be. It's not a main event. Like, they haven't treated the AEW World Title as not a main event in a while.
Yeah,
it's always been the main event. They've had nights where it hasn't been, but this is the first time in a while where it's like Punk coming back outweighs their world title,
which is, I think, the reason why you're not seeing Hangman versus Kenny. Like, I think they wanted this to happen on this timeline, so they had to make some adjustments.
I agree with you on that. I also think that you could have done Kenny and Hangman and still done Punk and MJF.
Agreed. Like, I don't think it's,
you have Punk and MJF open All Out. Let people get it all out. Like, it's a hot open. People will be into that, and then you can bring them around by the time you get to that main event. I think there's room for that.
Yeah.
I don't, and again, there's such a thing as hinting too hard.
Yeah, and CM Punk is kind of a massive troll that way. Like,
yes,
he's like Becky, where he's got no tact with it, in my opinion. Like, it's just nail on the head all the time. Like,
do I think that Punk wants Darby and Darby wants Punk? Absolutely.
Yeah, that match will happen. I just don't think it's going to be the very first thing.
Yeah, I really think that they want to establish who is who when it comes to the brand, because Darby is very clearly, like you said, very over.
Yeah,
Punk will be coming in very hot-handed. And I'll bring you so let's go back to last week for a sec, because we didn't talk about it. Punk, when he left WWE, or when he was in WWE, I did a whole podcast about this for Fightful. Punk, during the summer of Punk, he was upset that he's more pro wrestler than sports entertainment, and he wasn't getting his due. That was the storyline of Punk that got him so far over in WWE. People like that. The voice of the voiceless, as he called it, which, whatever, I think it's stupid. But the point is, I'm trying to figure out what Punk is coming into AEW, because now he's certainly a pro wrestler coming into a pro wrestling game. It's not sports entertainment, unless he's going to turn heel and be like, I'm an MMA guy, and I won all my matches.
That's the one thing that could make it Punk versus Darby right away is that it's sorry, my computer's about to restart. The one thing is if CM Punk has something that really can get him like turned into a heel somehow, like if he can piss off the audience despite all of the hype and goodwill, like, and it could be, I won one of my matches was overturned. Yeah, you lost too, buddy. But
see, that you can use for heat, but I don't think Punk, there's no way Punk's coming in on his home turf and not getting cheered.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know. I just think there's a lot they can do with them, but I don't think Darby Allin would be a good first competitor, because then it's just like, it's just a match. It's not going to have any story whatsoever. They can't. There's nothing there to tell. Like, other than, again, like, I think there's something about Ring of Honor. Like, I don't know. I didn't watch Ring of Honor. And I'm never going to. Like, so it could be that there's a bunch of history to them, and like, but then you're making content for people who are like way too deep into this, that they know like all of the lore all of the time.
I mean, that's an AEW standard right now.
Is it that deep? Like, I don't know. They at least explain some of it when they bring in the New Japan guys. I don't feel like I need to know New Japan. Like,
that's on the commentary team. That's on Excalibur and friends to explain. And then they usually do a pretty good job.
They do, and they keep it condensed. I don't feel like deep in the weeds. So
right. So we normally get to a point where we don't need to sit down and figure out who's who. Instead, what we do is we get it from the commentary, and then it's up to us to go deeper if we want.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe there is a way for that, depending on what happened between them. Like, I don't know their history at all. So
right. But my whole point in this has been that you need a very firm face, a very firm heel to get over the guy that you're very clearly going to want going after a title. And if you're going to keep Punk as a face and have it run from there, having him face Darby doesn't make much sense. People are going to boo Darby, who was already very over as well, and they don't want to catch that in either.
Yeah, no, not yet. So
unless Sting turns on him, or they do something like that where he beats the shit out of Sting and turns himself. And Darby's not there yet. He's still very well liked. The quarters prove that. Like as a ratings draw, he is one.
Yeah.
So I don't see a reason to do it immediately. Do I want to see Darby and Punk? 100%. I just don't think that they need to do it immediately. And I fully disagree with the firm face and firm heel thing applies in AEW. It still does. It's still pro wrestling. It still does. Fuego and Miro is a very good example of what we just saw.
I'm trying to think of examples where they haven't really done, and like it's, there was Cody and Malachi Black, but they tried so hard to make Malachi Black a heel, but it didn't work at all. Like they just dressed him up in cowboy colors, which is weak. What else? Miro's massive heel. I don't know. They still leaned into it. Britt has consistently done the heel work every time she's had to. Like she had the match with Thunder Rosa, came out all bloodied, and like immediately like insult towards the audience because she had to keep her status as that so that they could continue to tell the stories they do. They tried it with Nyla and Nyla and Britt. Sorry, yeah, thanks. And it was just not good. Like that's the thing. I'll give you that they tried to do that. I will argue that every feud that they've put together without a strong face and a strong heel has not been a good feud. Like, and they're trying to put on TV shows that aren't just matches, right?
Exactly. And even I'll go back, like even Jericho, as much as it annoys us, he's still very much firmly the face.
Yeah.
Against MJF, who was very firmly the heel. And that is a program that is getting top time on Dynamite. It's either opening the show or closing the show.
Same with Kenny and Hangman. Like
the
things that they're doing and that they're working long term are all strong face, strong heel. The short term stories they tell, they're freer with it, and maybe that's what we get with Darby and CM Punk. I just think it'd be a waste. Like I don't think that's the best use of CM Punk for this right off the bat.
I don't want to go too far into this, but I'm seeing like you're free to feel how you feel about wrestlers in AEW. And it's true, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, you have to tell a story. The story often includes someone is doing something good, someone is doing something bad. Therefore, you should probably figure out if you agree with the person doing the good thing or the bad thing. That's storytelling. That's just storytelling.
Because I'm not as into this, but like I don't really see how they're that different, the two of them. Like they're similar. Like one just has a lot more production values. Like the core of it, the wrestling that like, AEW gives them a bit more freedom to do some moves, but I don't think they're night and day. Like, I don't know.
I think it's another conversation for another time because I understand where you're coming from. I just think that there's more to hash out on this, and we've already gone about 45 talking about this. Darby and Daniel Garcia talking about Darby Allin. Again, good match. And we just talked about it. They're going to do the tornado match. I like the 2.0s getting a payday. I like that.
Yeah. It's really great to see them so quickly get into something new.
Yeah. A great match for both men. Garcia was put over very hard by commentary, which he should be, because guess what? He had one hell of a weekend going into that. I think he absolutely nailed everything he was doing. And he had Darby. He had the guy who's the guy.
Yeah.
The guy. Stylander Nyla. So said this online, I'll say it again. Nyla Rose as the Goliath with no build and keeps on losing doesn't do it for me.
No, it's not good for her.
Statlander is clearly the number one contender, right?
Yeah. That's obviously what they were doing with that match too, right? Just solidifying that.
She's undefeated since coming back from injury. She came out and saved her partner the few nights later on Rampage. But Nyla Rose is not the play. Nyla Rose continues to not be the play because what they did last time was they put her and Britt together in a match that wasn't very good and didn't make sense. And again, was another Goliath, Nyla versus David Britt. It didn't work. But I did like the handstand spear. Yeah,
that was very good. I went, which is a good reaction. So it looked gnarly.
Yeah. Did you, what do you think? Did you like Tall Paul saving Tony Schiavone's kid?
I guess it all felt kind of awkward to me.
It was.
And it's like, I don't know. Again, Big Show's not top of his game anymore. Like it looks sloppy. I'm not a nostalgia guy. I had my Big Show time.
Like, so no selling Chris Schiavone comes out or gets taken out.
Gets a little tummy punch. Like
gets himself punched in the gut. And then out comes Tall Paul White, and he comes to save his tag team / commentary partner's son. And I'm thinking to myself, man, there are so many kids of AEW stars coming into AEW. We need like a trio. If they're going to do a trios tag thing, I need Chris Schiavone being paired with Brock Anderson.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And Hook.
Yeah.
And the best part is like, if only another member of commentary had a kid who was a wrestler, and it would be a commentary trio, that would be awesome. I'm trying to think who else is on commentary that has kids who could wrestle.
Oh yeah.
Tony has 5 kids, so I guess 2 of them
I have a whole gang of Shivani's. Like just the Shivani's running around.
AEW did get the same guy who did Big Show's WWE theme. His name's Jay something. He's in a band.
I couldn't hear much of it. I didn't really like the song from what I heard, but I got to go listen back again because I was skipping through entrances. So
give you a hint. It's the same as last time, but instead of it's just yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's cool. I mean, like, it's so iconic. Steal that as much as you want. WWE exactly. On that front, like
they did the right thing. So that was pretty much Dynamite. We move along. Let's talk about SmackDown.
Yeah, sure. Pretty good.
I'm gonna get right into it.
Didn't mind it.
Okay, let's talk. We're going to talk about Cena and Reigns.
Yeah,
promo.
Yeah, big promo, long promo.
What do you think of the report card from John Cena? The D,
F,
giving him the D.
Yeah, it was fine. I feel like that eventually found its own way. Like it got better over time. It started a little meandering. Once Roman was in the ring, it got better. But yeah, the Cena stuff was still a little too meta. Like I don't know. but then they do some stuff where he's like, oh, he's gonna beat me, all right. He's gonna do the spear. He's gonna do the spear. He's gonna do the Superman punch. I liked that bit, but like some of it, I don't know, takes me out.
What takes me out is the extreme meta stuff.
Yeah, like it gets a bit too much. Like,
yeah, when there and we saw it later with Seth in the promo against Edge, right? We saw some of that meta stuff, but it made sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like them bringing up. They don't need to bring up ratings because guess what? Ratings are bad no matter who it is.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about
it's that. It's not Roman Reigns' fault that the ratings suck. Nikki Bella, guess what? John Cena and Nikki Bella broke up years ago, and both are now married. One is a kid. I don't care anymore.
It was kind of funny. I didn't mind that day.
I didn't care. Running out Dean Ambrose. Guess what? I hate to break it to you. Roman Reigns did not run John Moxley out of the gimmick.
I wasn't watching at all when any of that transpired. So.
There's one person who ran Dean Ambrose out of WWE, and I tell you this much: he hasn't been seen since the first episode back in front of fans when he said, "Where have you been?" Okay.
Yeah, that was so weird. Yeah, I don't know. I missed all of the Shield stuff, so that is not surprising to me that is based on nothing.
And another Punk 2011 reference.
Yeah.
It was Punk night on for all wrestling, apparently.
Friday Night Punk.
Friday night, all weekend Punk. Saturday night, they did the same damn thing. I'm surprised AAA didn't do a Punk. Now suddenly AAA is like my favorite because they don't talk about Punk. And so, like, I feel like the promo reeked to me of like Cena and Roman sitting down in the back before they went outside and like discussing what was on and off the table.
Yeah, 100%. Like my mind went to the exact same place. I was like, yeah, okay. So they decided this was cool to touch on. This is cool to touch on. Like,
and I heard some people being like, "Oh, Vince McMahon made it. You know, he must have crafted the promo." No.
I don't think he does any of that.
I think he's very hands-on with the story, but I don't think this promo has his fingerprints on it at all. I think it was very much Cena, Roman, and Paul Heyman just being like, we'll say this, we'll say this, we'll say this, we'll get out of here. And we'll pretend to be outraged when you say this. You know, like the soap bar teeth thing was probably the best line because it was the most like honest and still funny comment that didn't come off as cringy to me.
I didn't mind it at all. I thought overall the promo was fine. Like it got into the weeds of some of the meta stuff. I thought the Bella comment was funny. Like it's fine.
And again, this is the difference. A lot of people liked it, and a few people didn't. I didn't like it. I thought they went too meta, and that's what John Cena has been since coming back from Firefly Funhouse. Everything is meta. They didn't go again. The Seth and Edge promo, at least they call back to Edge and Seth having history.
Yeah, the package was great. Like
they have not once talked to me about the last time John Cena and Roman Reigns had a match, which they did.
Yeah, which is, yeah, they should.
It doesn't make sense to me. And now my biggest fear going back to AAA is that they're going to have John Cena win the 17th world title because he's pissed off at Ric Flair. And he's going to be like, all right, if he's not going to stick around, and you will, you're going to win the title.
If John Cena wins, I'm going to be very, very bored.
If Cena wins, he better drop it
immediately. To Big E.
I don't care to whom. We'll talk about that. but if John Cena wins that title and doesn't drop it at the SmackDown at Madison Square Garden, what are we doing? Like, I'm saying if he wins the title. If they're going to do it, they better do it like that, because I can't do it. Yeah, it was a long promo that didn't really do it for me.
Yeah.
As I
had its moments. That's the thing. I skip through a lot of these shows. I don't watch them live. So like if I can condense it, yeah, exactly. Honestly, give me the Hulu cut of everything. It's just the problem with the Hulu cut is it leaves off entire segments rather than just shortening them. Like
I do wonder if they showed Nakamura defeating Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental Championship, because guess what? WWE forgot about the Intercontinental Championship too. Shocking, but not a good shocking is how I put it.
Nakamura winning?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I can immediately see where it's going.
Right. And my feeling was the fans' reaction was like, oh, they did it. Okay. They weren't excited. It's like the title changed hands, but the excitement was, oh, cool, they did it here.
Yeah, like I thought the ejections were cool. I was like, oh, that's rare enough that they both get kicked out and then we have a real match. But then, yeah, Nakamura won it, and I was like, oh, okay.
Sorry, going back to the John Cena thing, Mike, one of our wonderful Discord mods says, vacate the title, give a tournament, and I don't care if Vince hates them. Now, here's the thing about that. Now you're just redoing the Summer of Punk even more. Stop it.
Yeah, because he's ripping off the promo style, and then no.
He does the whole like, I'm gonna blow a kiss and leave blah 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 Legion Stadium and da 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 da. Like fuck. Anyway, the Apollo Crews title reign has come to an end. Once live crowds came back, people didn't give a shit about Apollo Crews. That sucks.
He's a good wrestler. Yeah, great wrestler.
I liked what they were doing with Apollo. I don't like every week.
Mediocre. Not my thing.
I mean, when it started, I liked it. I guess maybe because it was so watered down by the time they got to this match.
I don't know. Yeah, all of these gimmicks just smack of like 80s WWE, which I like actively really dislike. Like, did not like any. I think that entire era of wrestling is garbage. Like, I find it very boring. The in-ring is boring. The promos are like either boring or offensive. Like,
oh yeah, I get that. Yeah, it's not my favorite that time that year wrestling. I get that, but there was nothing meaningful behind the title win. No. And on top of it, Crews was given a non-televised entrance, if I remember correctly. He was just kind of in the ring as the match started.
Yeah, I can't really remember even, which is not a good sign, right? Like
yeah, they had to do Boogs doing the guitar thing. And like, I like Boogs. I like the guitar thing. We talk about it almost weekly. But this was one time where like, oh, come on. Anyway, they'll do a rematch at SummerSlam kickoff. I can almost.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just so much of that. And I feel bad because that's how Apollo was treated the entire time. It was just like match, same match, repeat. Like he wrestled Big E how many times? Like,
right. That's part of it.
Like, but he had the title, but like they gave him nothing to do with it. Like nothing.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Seth promo, because now we can actually talk about it. Yeah. I loved it.
It was really, really good. And the fact that Edge didn't come out, they had the crowd cheering, "We want Edge," and no Edge, and like perfect. Yeah, I like the setup where he went into the truck, was fighting with the guys, and then they played his package, which was pretty well done, funny.
It was, and I agree with you. I like that they were in the truck doing the whole, we have to show it. Oh my God, we have to show it. Yeah. That was great. And then he comes out to the ring. They show the video package, which was so good. And it was it's what this story needed, because they're telling a personal story that I appreciate.
Caught me up. Missed all of it. Caught me up.
They basically said Edge and Seth are the same person.
Yeah.
but Seth is better.
Yeah. It's great.
It's good. But you know what?
He's gonna get called Edge Light, and he comes back with something like that. He's like, no, I'm the OG.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the watered down version, old man.
And then they bring storyline into it. You know, the whole idea. I could have ended your career years ago. I should have. And this time I'm going to. That's great. I don't think this match needs to go 30 minutes at SummerSlam, because that's what Edge seems to want to keep doing. I think this match can get in and out and, in half the time and be just as impactful.
I think it'd be a great 9-minute match. I think you could hit all the spots in 9 minutes.
9 minutes. Wow. You're really pushing for something fast.
Nice and tight. I think they can do something cool. Surprise me.
I mean, listen, if you want to be nice and tight, you can join our Discord link. It's in the video. Go do that. Maybe you want to toss us a thumbs up if you haven't already. Leave a comment while you're here on the video or in the chat. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. We'd love to have your say. We'd love to have your voice in this whole thing. Let's do Corbin. Let's talk Corbin.
Yep. Poor, impoverished Corbin.
So, first of all, I love that he brings out a square reader. Okay. I have a lot of experience with those square
I don't know if this thing works with a Canadian credit card.
That was wonderful. I hope you brought a Canadian credit card. It says to KO. Now, I don't know if you've ever used a square reader, Tim.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm familiar.
Yeah. I was going to say, first of all, you can get the readers for free, but where they get you are the processing
exorbitant fees. Yeah.
So Corbin's getting taken for a ride from all sides. Yes. He needs $1,000 from everyone in the audience.
Just $1,000 now. He's made it more reasonable.
Listen, we're trying to get monetized, okay? Tell your friends to come and like us. Tell your friends to come and join us. That's how it happens. Audio is just like, what the hell are they talking about? This is what you get by not watching the video, friends. Anyway, why? Okay, they came back to the KO thing. They came back to KO being like, I tried to do better. I tried to help you. I tried to make it so that you could get through this. I tried to help you make amends. You didn't want to do it. I like that they came back to that, because that was at least part of the story. That's where it was going.
Yeah. It wasn't going anywhere in the end though, but like, and it's still smacked of the, okay, fine, then earn it. You hear the same refrain that's clearly, I don't know. It smacks of billionaire bullshit.
Does WWE not pay Corbin per appearance?
Yeah, it's like it doesn't make a damn bit of sense. Like, it's just it's a real flawed thing. Like, it has its moments. Like, I like some of it. It's just, it doesn't, I don't know. It's not well fleshed out, because they don't take the time to actually flesh out much.
Right. God forbid.
But no wrestling does. Like,
right. Some will put the work in. I like the character that Corbin is playing. I like the work that Corbin is doing to get this character going. I like that.
Yeah, he does a great job. Like, everything they give him, he busts his ass to get over as best he can.
Right. I don't like Corbin being this guy who is destitute, down in his luck, poor, being kicked at, but meanwhile, he needs $100,000 to get, like, they just poke fun at it. I said it was literally Vince McMahon telling the story of the one guy he met who was on the streets and asked for money, and after Vince got finished laughing at him and his problems, he gave him a 10, and then he walked away smiling and still laughing while the other guy was happy. And then he called Bruce, and he was like, Bruce, I have an idea. And they ran with it. And that's what it is. Whatever, man.
It is. And then I don't like where it goes after this. I don't like the next segment.
And we'll get to that. But I really, I'm starting to think they're going to do Corbin hits the jackpot in Vegas, and that's how he gets out of it. And if that's what they do, then that's the laziest shit, because
then
we're back.
It's an arc of nothing.
Like, we're back at square one. And Rich Corbin, like you could easily do. We were talking about having LA Knight, come out and bail out Baron Corbin. but we're not going to do it because he's going to go to Vegas. He's going to hit the jackpot. We'll do so the match happens. It's KO and Corbin. And if KO loses, he has got to give Corbin $1,000.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it used to be a sack full of money and it was like 25 G's. Yeah. Now Corbin went from needing $100,000 to like, I'll wrestle you for $1,000.
$1,000.
Could have wrestled a bear and made double that. KO kicking out a deep six. That's new. I don't see that very often. That's nice. KO gives a great stunner and Corbin sells a great stunner. That's why it keeps happening. And then after the match, later on in the night, Corbin steals the damn Money in the Bank.
He sure did. And then he ran. He just ran. And again, there's two things about contracts that make no damn sense too quickly back to back for me. I can't.
It makes zero sense to do it this way. It's 2020 all over again, and it's lazy AF.
We've already seen it, and then they're gonna wrestle like 4 matches on SmackDown.
And what does it accomplish? It's like Big E and Corbin. What does that do?
It parks Big E temporarily until they're ready for him. That's what it does. That's all it is. That's all it's doing.
You're right. It's the same shit again, and it doesn't make sense. They're just rehashing it because there's creative bankruptcy and they've got nothing planned for Big E. They don't want to give him the Intercontinental Championship clearly again. They don't want to put him in a match, a multi-person match for the Intercontinental Championship because that they think will define him down or whatever it is. Yeah. They have no plans for Big E until they have him go on the stupid losing streak that inevitably ends with him winning and cashing in Money in the Bank. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's boring, tired.
Contract signing. Speaking of tired,
another one. Yeah,
this was one time I can deal with this. I like Sonya Deville pointing out that the contract signings have all been shit.
Yeah. Turned out poorly. At least, where's Adam Pearce? Give me Adam Pearce. I don't want Sonya Deville out there alone.
Adam Pearce?
Didn't care for that, but I assume there's reasons.
What was he doing? What was Adam Pearce doing on Friday night?
Hopefully petitioning to the board to remove Sonya Deville, who continues to overstep, in my opinion.
I think he was trying to go chase down Baron Corbin.
Could be. Yeah. Other priorities, because can't have that. It's a sloppy ship.
Big E went to Adam Pearce and was just like, give me the keys to your car. And Pearce was like, don't you have a rental of your own? And Pearce was like, or Big E's like, shut up, give me the keys to your car. And then it became a buddy cop movie where they have to go and get him going to go chase down Corbin, who, by the way, probably took the bus when he got that contract. So I don't know why it took so long for them to find Baron Corbin. They still haven't found him. Anyway,
honestly, if he just goes and sells it, fine, I'm back in. That's a funny angle. If he tries to cash it in, dumb. If he just sells the briefcase, fine.
Equally dumb.
No, that's funny. It's so dumb. It's so dumb, but it's fun because at least that makes sense. Some idiot fan would pay way too much money for some bullshit like that. So
okay, hold on. Let's say that he actually goes, and the story is he sells the briefcase to the highest bidder. Do you debut someone with that? Do you debut LA Knight or Cameron Grimes by having them buy the Money in the Bank briefcase? Problem is, then Big E's got to beat them.
Yeah. I mean, you took it in a different direction than I was thinking. I thought it was just going to be used as crappy memorabilia that someone.
Oh no, they'll do both. They'll do both. But what I'm saying is, let's bring it into a story.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. That'd be fine. It's just, again, I don't like the Money in the Bank winner having to win back their thing that they already won, because it's a contract. It's a piece of paper that is
agree.
It signifies intent. It's not. It doesn't have value in and of itself. So I don't know. That part's dumb. Again, it's just that this is not how contracts work. But
I agree. We've seen this again. Contracts, not exactly WWE's forte, because after they do their whole back and forth, we have to get the regular bitch.
Yeah,
coming
gotta get a bitch out there.
Gotta get that out there. And then, of course, what does Sasha Banks do? She needs witnesses.
Yeah,
Outcome 0-3, Carmella.
The other two. The other two.
At least they're trying something. I don't know,
they're
man.
getting on TV doing their thing. I don't know. I'm not hyped for this match at all. Because again, I don't even feel like it's been that long since WrestleMania. I saw this match. It was great. I don't need to see it again.
Immediately. So first of all, they're going to do a 6-woman next week. Guarantee you. Yeah. And that's 6-woman tag. gonna wait for you to break. I need your.
Yeah, my
That's
camera,
six.
the cable sucks.
That's fine. The 6-woman tag is going to be Zelina, Carmella, and Sasha versus Bianca and Schnoxy.
Oh my god, who cares?
Because they had to park them. They had to park Schnoxy because of Natalia's injury. And they're not doing anything with the women's tag titles for whatever reason. Because of the injury. They're not moving anything forward. Everything's parked and it's ridiculous. On top of that, no Tony, no Liv. Tony Storm, who debuted 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know.
Has been on
not
TV
being used at all.
since. But that's the WWE way. If they're not on the pay-per-view, if they're not in the story, they're not on TV. Out of sight, out of mind. Don't even remember. Don't remind anyone that they're part of the show, which is dog shit.
Yeah, it's not great.
Can't do that. And they've done this for way too long, to the point where people are still asking weekly, where is so-and-so? Where is so-and-so? Guess what? Out of sight, out of mind. That's the only way that they can think about it. And that's the only way they can tell the story, which is garbage. Mm-hmm. So no Tony, no Liv. I doubt they're going to be the tag partners. I think it'll be Schnox.
Yeah.
They'll back them up. Do I think Tony Storm will be heated up after SummerSlam? Yes.
Yeah. She'll be back. It's just, they.
Do I think Liv Morgan will be stalled again and make a tag team with either Aaliyah or the loser of the Dakota Kai Raquel Gonzalez match at TakeOver? Yes.
Could be.
That's what I think. They didn't have a women's match on SmackDown because they decided that having the segment be the main event was good enough. And that, again, is dog shit. Not a fan of that.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
Stank braid in the mouth. What do you think? Closes the show.
Yeah, I thought we were done with that. Like, again, it was a really great idea, and I think it worked well before. Now we're just recycling something that's been used in very recent past. So
they're using it on the house show loops too. By the way, last night, before the show goes live in North Carolina and Charlotte for the WWE live event, Byron Saxton gets on the mic and he says, Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair can't be here tonight. And immediately people started freaking out and saying, it's the big C. Now, I did a little digging and I figured out that there could have been, there were only 2 flights scheduled, right? And they could have missed one. The other one was like at god awful early morning. The other one was like noon, and it was delayed an hour. And there's also been storms because of the remnants of Tropical Storm Fred or Hurricane Fred, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So they could have missed it then. But then I found out that apparently someone, only one person who said this so far, they saw both women driving into the building. So now I'm confused. Now I'm confused and scared. They've run this match on WWE live events before, like in the last few weeks. So clearly there is something. Clearly there's something. It could have easily been, we don't want to kill the match so close to the match.
Yeah.
I hope it's not an illness. I hope it's nothing. But that was something that came up that I found quite interesting. Being asked, what was that Bianca flip thing over the table?
I thought it was cool.
It was fine. It was one of those things where not everything.
Who doesn't start their combat with a groin based offense?
That's right. It's one of those things where, like, listen, not everything is going to land 100% perfectly. In a fight.
Honestly, nothing in a fight is in a fight in WWE. So
exactly,
I wouldn't stress too much about it. Like,
it was fine. Is there anything else from SmackDown or anything else from the world of wrestling you want to touch on? Tanahashi is the new IWGP US Heavyweight Champion. He defeated Lance Archer last night in the main event of Resurgence.
That was short-lived. Makes sense. They need their belt on their show.
Mox was watching.
Oh, cool.
He was in the crowd, and then he took a powder. And then Tana was like, I'm staying. He's doing the New Japan Strong taping, so there's that. Right. But yeah, he's holding that US Heavyweight title. Hey, listen, Tana on AEW TV, sign me up. I'm fine.
I don't know who he is, so it'll be good to learn who he is.
He is the ace of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Tim. You got to get it.
I feel like they're all the ace. I feel like the term ace gets used too bloody often, and it means nothing. You're all one in thousands of wrestlers available right now.
Yeah, he really is one of the biggest guys.
Well, that's good. Maybe I'll find out who he is.
Yeah, and then Tomohiro Ishii took on Moose. That was a good match. Moose.
I know Moose. I know who Moose is.
And you know what? We'll bring it back. Impact. So Resurgence is happening in a couple weeks, and it's now Christian versus former Edgehead Brian Myers.
Yeah, no, I don't care. That doesn't do anything for me.
It'll be fine.
Fine. Fine. Of course it will be. It will be fine.
There you go.
It's not going to be bad. Like it's not. It's fine.
Tana's the John Cena of New Japan. It's true, actually.
I should say that's big. That's big stuff.
Yeah, in the late 2000s, so like 2008, 2009, people were saying that like this is the dream match, Tana and John Cena. So I get that.
Cool.
Finally, from AAA, from TripleMania, we have 2 belts. Diana Purrazzo is now the Impact Knockouts champion still, and now the AAA Reina de Reinas champion.
Jeez.
So she won her match, which was a really good match against Fabi Apache. So there you go. There's some good stuff going on between Impact and AAA. So go check that out. Is there anything else, Tim? We got no time. So
no, we're over time.
We're always over time.
It's all good.
We like you.
Yeah.
We like you out there. Go leave us a comment, would you? Go give us 5 stars wherever you're listening to on the podcast. Let your friends know. If we want to get monetized, we need 1,000 people to subscribe to this channel. We need 1,000 people. So help us get to 1,000. Promote the hell out of us, if you will. That'd be really helpful. Okay. Until then, Tim, where can the kids find you on the internet?
At Tim Stonep, TimbStonep on Twitter.
It's on the damn lower part of this video here.
Look at it with your eyes if you're not listening to the audio. And if you're listening
Tim and Joel
to the audio,
Pod.
look at it in the summary.
There you go. It's everywhere. Tim and Joel Pod. We're everywhere, including timandjoelpod.com. Guess what? It goes to the YouTube channel where you should subscribe right now. And then finally, I'm at Joel Pearl, JoelPearl. That's it for us, ladies, gentlemen, friends beyond the binary. We'll be back on Wednesday at noon. Is it Wednesday at noon?
I don't know.
I think it's Wednesday at noon.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, Wednesday at noon. Friends, we'll see you soon. Have a good night.
Bye, Z's.